Hello, everybody, and welcome to another show of Toffee Bluecast. It will be popping up on your Twitter now, so if you can see it, if you comment from there, the comments will come over. So we pay for it so you can actually interact with us from Twitter. The comments will come over to YouTube. We can put them on the screen. Everyone on YouTube and on Facebook, do get involved. Match reaction. It's our reaction and your reaction straight after the game. Talk to us. Paul, how are we doing? You all right?
Disappointed. First couple of minutes, you think, oh, hang on, we shot, good save. We're on the attack. We're looking bubbly. And then we just fell to bits. Absolutely just capitulated. Brentford were good. Can't take it away from their lad up front. Very good at crossing the ball today, but we gave them a proper leg up. And it's another one of those missed opportunities. Happens every year. So really frustrating.
I mean, you'll get obviously be yourself in the comments, and we all think different. But if I'm all your regulars as well, there are some people that are going to take positives of that we've been crap every season and that we're still not in a relegation battle. But for me, I look at the game and I look whether we perform good or perform bad. And if we perform bad, I'm not going to be happy. And we performed bad today, so that's how I feel. I watched us today through the middle, and we didn't look solid at all through the middle. I watched the defenders make stupid mistakes, and I watched us give goals on the plate. So why should I be okay with that? Just because it was better than a low bar of other seasons that we've set? It wasn't good enough for me today. It really wasn't. And some people say, "Oh, Brentford was good, this, that, and the other." Come on, the goals that we give them today was ridiculous. It was really poor. That's our ground. That's our home soil. And when a team comes away, you should let them know that that's your home soil. And today, we was straight from the off. We were second to everything. We wasn't up for it. Fight with all you might. Didn't do that today. Did not do that. No, it wasn't good enough for me. And I'm disappointed. They're going on. Exactly, they're going on to push now for that. That's pushed them for that Europa League spot that we would have got if we would have won. So of course I'm disappointed. We've got to set a higher bar for ourselves. And today we was poor, and we didn't really test them at all. We gave them a walk in the park at our own ground. That's how I feel. If you're okay with it, good on you.
No, and I think a lot of people who were there at the game today freezing their nuts off. Just compounds it, doesn't it? Really, people make the effort and everything, but there wasn't any fight, and we were just there was so much space. It was like, where had everyone disappeared to? Brentford they passed it well. I like their triangles that they do. They're very comfortable on the ball, very good at one touch passing, but we let them. There was no kind of press. Particularly when it was even in the middle of the pitch, we seemed to be miles away, miles off it. People seemed to be quite slow getting forward and especially getting back. It was all that determination and all that doggedness that we saw against Forest disappeared. Absolutely gone. So,
Chris
yeah.
says double whammy with Everton, the team that lost on Izaka as well. So he's his own club lost. And just to top it off, is his own club let him down? What do they say? Never back your own team. Bloody hell. Also let you down today. You would have got better odds on Brentford. You would have got better odds on Brentford. I think we was actually odds on to win today. Not that we showed that.
No, fuming. Rod isn't happy. Worst performance seen this season. Well, I don't know about that. I think there's been some shockers.
Goals were pretty bad.
I don't think we're going to get. I don't think we're going to get dragged into a relegation fight. Weirdly, you beat Wolves on Wednesday, and other results go for you. You can jump up about 5 places. So some results have gone for us. People below us had drawn as well or lost. So I don't think we're going to get dragged into that. I still think that we've got plenty to be optimistic about moving forward. But this was a kick in the knackers. It really was.
In the comments, Newcastle game was worse. Newcastle game was, I think it was on par with this. I know you say it was worse, but this was pretty bad for me because I had more hope this game that we could achieve that Europa League push. And I think this was probably even worse for me than the Newcastle game because I actually felt like we'd learnt from the Newcastle game and moved on from that and didn't have that crumble in us. I'm sick and tired of players scoring hat-tricks against us. Bloody hell. What are we doing? I was sick and tired of players scoring a brace against us. Newcastle, the centre-back scoring a brace. And then the other lad scoring a brace as well. And then we're going to let their striker score a hat-trick. It reminds me of coming and letting King come back and score a hat-trick against us. We've got to be better than that. Can't be letting striker score. He's a good striker, but come on, seriously.
I know. I mean, the cross for their first was super, and actually they should have the cross that came in from the right before half time. Sharder, is it? He should have put that one away. Really, it was laid on a plate. So yeah,
Wasn't challenged though, was he, on the cross?
No, I know. We were
On the
just
cross.
shoot ourselves in the foot.
There was a moment. There was a moment where in the game, and I know people say don't slate Michael Keane. I thought Michael Keane did some good things. He did some bad things. When the ball's behind him, he looked like he was in massive trouble when it was put behind him. But there was a moment where Michael Keane, one of their players had a header, and Michael Keane headbutted him, blocking the header. Like Michael Keane went head to head as he went. So their player went to head the ball. Michael Keane went to block it. And as their player's gone to head the ball, Michael Keane's right in front of him and stopped him from scoring. And that's what I want to see from our players, challenging. Like literally, when they go to head a ball, the player's going to head a ball back. And I know you can get a cracked head from it, but often it does put the attacking players off. And their header that they had, no one was in front of him. No one challenged him. And it's a cracking delivery. Yeah, I get it. But I'd love to see players get challenged. And he wasn't challenged on that header. And we've got at that moment we've got Beto, Barry, Keane, Tarkowski, and O'Brien on the pitch, and they scored a header. So it was frustrating.
No one was marking him though. In the build up towards it, it wasn't even the cross coming in. Everyone else seemed to have a man that they were marking, but he was stood on the penalty spot, and just before it comes in, he just runs into that space in front of Tarkowski and behind Beto. And it just seemed so simple. And it was like everyone, we're going two up front. We've got quite a lot of attacking people on the pitch, and there was a little bit of optimism then. I wonder what's going to happen, But then, bam, like that just kind of gets shot away because of that early goal.
Sometimes when you've got a midfield, if one person's off it, the other person can't be on it. And I felt like that was the case with Irabunum. Like it massively affected James Garner today, and he couldn't shine because Irabunum was poor, in my opinion. I just think Irabunum was a bit everywhere today, and we know he's got that in him. We know he has got that in him, but he managed to put back-to-back couple of games together where we thought, Irabunum's actually getting better. But today he went back to the old Irabunum, and he was everywhere, and he was lost, and he was out of position, and he's the man at the side of James Garner. And I think when he's struggling, then James Garner struggles as well. And it's like a jigsaw piece. You need that missing piece for it to be perfect. And I think Irabunum slacking today massively affected James Garner. It felt like there was nothing in the middle. And that's probably why you did see our centre-back struggle and Michael Keane and stuff, because they was getting so much time on the ball that their attacking players was allowed to thread the ball perfect through to the striker to expose Michael Keane's speed, where he shouldn't be allowed to do that. Our midfielders should be closing their players down.
Yeah, and I think that's what happened in that sort of first goal as well. We do three passes at the back. Tarkowski thinks, I don't want to give the ball away, so I'll play a low 15-yard, 20-yard pass into Irabunum. Pass is a bit slow. Irabunum doesn't come towards the ball. They're faster. They want it more. And they get the chance to put the cross in, and bam. Thiago does not an amazing piece of movement, but he was on Keane's left shoulder. And when they've won the ball back, he just cuts inside, and then he's suddenly behind Keane and gets that bit of space for the goal.
Danny says, shout out to you, all you lot in the comments, by the way. He says the best time was going for a piss just before half time in the bogs because the bogs was empty. That's because all the shit was on the pitch. That's why. That's why it was empty. But no, I feel for you. I do. I actually feel for you. There was little good things, I suppose. There's some things that I can say was okay. I thought Jack. I put it on Twitter just a minute ago. I don't think Jack really should have been. Some people I don't. You're always entitled to your own opinion, right? But I just put on Twitter, Jack Grealish should have not been on the losing team today. He was fantastic. And someone goes, like, he was awful. I was thinking, what are you on about? Like, Jack Grealish, he put the assist for Barry diving header. And as much as they'll say that was a great save, he's put it right at the keeper. The keeper don't know nothing about it. He's just frigging palmed it away. But you got to, that diving header that Barry had then, I'm sorry, but you've got to score that. You have got to score that. The McNeil shot's harder that Grealish set up as well, by the way. That's one from Grealish that he set up the Barry. Grealish knocked it through to McNeil, fingertips. If McNeil gets that a little bit higher, it's in, but it's not the worst shots. I can't really fault him that much on that. Grealish crosses it in for the Beto header, cracking cross, but Beto's header is even better. What header by Beto? Like, that was just a cracking header by Beto. And when Beto, come on, let's not beat around the bush. He was the only one that looked like he was pumping because everyone else was asleep. Beto, as soon as he come on, put a tackle in and started lifting the crowd. And then the assist as well at the end for Barry's goal as well when the game was already over. So Jack Grealish, he's put 5 cracking assists and set up 2 goals. What more do you want from your left winger? I can't believe some people are saying he wasn't good enough.
I think what we've learned from Jack is that we're not going to see Jack taking people on and getting away from them for speed. What we are going to see is him being able to create a little bit of space, left or right, and be able to get a cross in. And that's
a good cross as well.
And that's basically what we're going to see. I think he was a little bit closer to the area today. I think there was a couple of times. And the 2 assists that he's got for the goals, they were 2 good crosses, you know, both slightly different. The second goal, he just needed a little shift, and it was a lovely little dink to the far post. Like you said, just laying it back for people to have pop shots and stuff like that. I thought he did all right. I think if anyone's expecting him to see, if you're expecting to see Jack doing a Messi and gliding past people around the area, I don't think you're generally going to see that. You know, you might see it a couple of times, but you won't see it every game. And he set up quite a few opportunities to have a shot at goal today, so I wouldn't be too harsh on him. I think generally, defensively, as a unit, we were pretty shocking, unorganised, lax, ill-disciplined. Choose your own superlatives.
They should have been 3-4-0 up before there was even 1-0. There's a couple of chances there was 3. Like it at Pickford. Their left winger was through 1-2. What's his name? Beginning with S. Left winger was through. And he hit it straight at Pickford, luckily. Yeah. Straight through. Hit it down Pickford's throat, luckily.
Yeah, a
couple of chances they had.
Yeah, well, Pickford made a couple of important saves. There's one where Thiago, it was first half, I think, and Pickford's sort of gone like this, and because he's got his arm up, it's hit his arm or a hand, and then gone over. So he's done all right for us in key positions. I don't think he had many chances with any of the other goals, really.
Seems like being an Everton fan, as soon as you say something good, it bites you in the arse and you get like it downfall straight away. That's what it feels like. And I literally praising Moyes before this game, and I was like, "Oh, Moyes is doing good with us. I'm trusting Moyes." I even said trusting Moyes, I think. And then I'm gone into the game completely loving David Moyes, complete trusting him. And then straight away he's not bringing Armstrong on for Irabunum when he's having a bad game. And I'm thinking, Moyes, bring Armstrong on. Irabunum's shocking. His ball contribution is shocking. He's losing the ball. He's having one of the worst games ever. Bring Armstrong on. Like, I've just wanted Armstrong on a lot earlier, not when the game's finished, Because as soon as Armstrong come on, he got on the ball and he looked like, I reckon Armstrong could be tidy player with James Garner and get us moving the ball about. We should have brought Armstrong on. We really I mean, the substitute was was Merlin Roll. For me, the bad thing about us straight away this game was Irabunum, and I would have brought Armstrong on for him straight away. I didn't mind the change. Someone's in the comments where it says I felt sorry for Diblin. Diblin was not that good this game. There's one moment he just kept running into players and then just wanted to drop it off back for someone else to do something. And I'm so used to having Illiman and Jai that can actually run past players and do something himself. Like literally, you watch Diblin a couple of times, he'll run at them, do a couple of things, and then drop it back off to our centre backs or to our right back. And Illiman and Jai wouldn't do that. He'd run at him. He'd either take him on or put a cracking ball in the box. And I think that's what you've got to do as a winger. We did see it on the other side from Grealish. Grealish put some cracking deliveries in today and he did set up. Grealish was a lot better than Diblin today. A lot better.
I think the difference between Diblin and Grealish is that often Grealish slows things down in order for people to get in the box. Diblin hasn't got experience to do that yet. So he runs with the ball, gets us up the pitch. But there was one time, first half, where he got us up the pitch. He's on the right-hand side and further up, gets to the area. He looks up, no one in the box. I think Barry was the closest and he was on the edge of the area against 3 Brentford defenders. So he comes back inside, he looks again. Barry's now on the penalty spot, but there's no one else there. So, and then he gets bullied out of it. It's as a collective. It's as a collective. So, you can have a go at Tarks for the first one, but Irabunum didn't come towards the ball,
No.
And Tarks might not have seen anyone being available further up the pitch. You look at the other ones as well, and it's just all slow recovery in the middle of the pitch. And
if Tarkowski's in trouble, like which he was, Tarkowski can smash the ball up. But if he smashed the ball up, we all moan probably. He's put it. Irabunum's there. Irabunum knows he's got to be goal side. He's got to be goal side of them because we're in possession. And if we're in possession, he's got to be goal side. So Irabunum's got to make himself available with the Brentford player behind him. And he's been lazy on it, and he's not on the right side of him, and he's not holding it up. You've got to hold that ball up with everything you've got. You know what I mean? If Tarkowski puts the ball into you, and it makes Tarkowski look bad, and a lot of people give Tarkowski stick for that. But Irabunum, for me, he's just got to be stronger and hold that up when Tarkowski's put it into his feet. We can pass the ball now. We should be better than that. And you've seen that a couple of times today.
Yeah, Scar liked the idea of trying Beto and Barry, and I appreciate the effort going forward. What did you think of it?
Yeah, I've been shouting out for it, Anta, to be fair. I did say to you that. I said sometimes when I see our 10 not track back, I think it's good to play both of them together. And it's a shame that it got made to look like it didn't work because we didn't defend well with it. So it looked like because we played 2 strikers, we couldn't defend. That shouldn't be the case, It's just we couldn't defend. That's the reason we couldn't defend. Nothing to do with playing 2 strikers. And it was good because when Grealish has put the ball into Beto, those defenders have got two people to mark. So whilst one's trying to mark Barry, you've got Beto free. So it creates us more space and you've got more chances. If the cross is over hit or under hit, it's going to land on one of them. So I did like it. And I do think playing 2 strikers, just because one will be attracted to Barry as well, was the reason probably Beto scored. And later on as well, in the box as well, what their centre-backs will be marking Beto, and then Barry sneaked in back post and got the goal as well on the other goal. So I actually do think that the 2 striker things could work, especially when we're playing like Merlin Roll in the number 10. I think why not just put someone that's more effective that can score in the 10?
Yeah, I mean, Tom's right. There wasn't any movement or creativity. Yeah, we are a bit bipolar because we get to a position where we think, oh, this is a really good opportunity to go to the next level, and then we balls it up at home. When we went the two lads up front. I'm not sure whether it was a old style 4-4-2. It felt more like a three with Beto in the middle, Barry on the right, Grealish on the left, that kind of thing. But you can cope with having two strong strikers, physically strong and a bit more mobile would be good, as long as your middle of midfield's strong. So if you think of teams that we've had or other sides have had where they've had two strikers combining up front, they always had two really good people in the middle of the pitch to win the ball back and be that protective barrier, but also be creative. So it's just if we do ever do that again, we've got to make sure that we allow those strikers to be able to make themselves available, and we make sure that we win the ball back in the middle of the pitch. Because, like you said, Rabunum today, he seemed off it. He didn't seem to be with it at all, and a couple of the other lads were the same.
Do you know what? Michael Keane has been? I say how it is. I think he's been fantastic. I do think he's been fantastic, but we've sat deep, which suits Michael Keane and Tarkowski because they're not fast. It's as simple as that. They're not fast. I think when you get caught out and you concede the first goal and you have to push up, we're massively in trouble with Michael Keane and Tarkowski's speed. It's just one ball through over the top. We don't half miss Brentford today. Like, honestly, like Brentford, I can't wait for him to come back because you just feel like one ball through, the right ball through, it's game over. Like, and it was like just one good ball through exploits the speed. And I can't wait. We've got no fast centre backs, have we, Paul? That's the thing. Just they're too slow.
Not really.
When you're trying
not
to
really. Especially if Jake plays right back. I mean, Tazul mentions about the defence today. That one change, it did kind of change the dynamic of the team. I think it was a few individual performances as well, to be fair, but it did seem to sort of, it wasn't the same as Forest, but I mean, we presumed that Keane was going to be, or a few people presumed that Keane was going to be out still through illness, and so a lot of people picked Patterson to play right back today. Would in the comments let us know as well. Would you have had Patterson? Were you happy with the back four as it started today?
I let us know in the comments, obviously, but I felt really sorry for Jake O'Brien today. And you seen Jake O'Brien kick out on one of their players. He booted him. I mean, luckily, I don't think it was a red, but with our referees or of us, it could have been given as a red because it's just a kick out. It was never a red card in a million years, but he's deliberately kicked him and they can make more of it than what it is. But I think Jake O'Brien probably kicked him because he's frustrated. He's had a really good game centre back and he's having to play in a position that's making him look crap all the time, right back, and it's not his position. And I think, like, when I've watched Jake O'Brien a couple of times today, you're looking at him and he's playing right back, but he looks like he wants to be playing centre back. You can even see him looking into that gap when you're seeing, like, because you're seeing players run past Keane, and I think that Jake O'Brien wants to be that man, thinking, I just want that one job of running with him one-on-one, a one-on-one sprint to stop their striker and ruffle their striker. But instead, he's out wide getting lost a little bit on the right-hand side. So I really do feel sorry for him because what more can he do to play centre-back? He was fantastic last game, centre-back.
So, I mean, that was, like we said on the pre-match, it seems as though that was the choice that Moyes had. Keane comes back in, and Keane, to be fair, and we've said it a lot of times this season, Keane has played well. And sometimes he's been our best player on the pitch a couple of times, and certainly one of the best defenders that we've had this season. So if he's then fit again, and Jake O'Brien has done all right at right back this season, then I wouldn't have too much of a go at Moyes for picking that back four, because it's what we've often had throughout this season, and we've still got one of the best defenses as well. So I think the back four, that choice, it then kind of did disrupt things, but I think the middle of the pitch was the biggest criminal today. I just don't think we had an engine at all until it was too late.
Completely agree. Tom on Twitter, we'll try and chuck your comments in. You can comment from Twitter, as we said. That's on Moyes today. Jake O'Brien experiment should have ended months ago. Yeah, I just think you know yourself if you play football, and even if you haven't played football, you probably know you play centre back and you play right back. It's a completely different game. It entails completely different things. Like honestly, centre back is just headers, one-on-one runs, sitting on the ball, passing it around, slide tackles when you need to, and blocks a lot. Centre back, right back, you're up, you're down, you're bombing it up, you're bombing it down. It's completely different. You're running with fast players all the time. You're getting taken on. Two completely different positions. And although, yeah, I think Jake O'Brien's played really well in that position because he is a good player. His best position is centre back, and you could argue that Jake O'Brien is probably better than Kino Tarkowski centre back.
As we carry on, I'm going to put the stats up for people to have a little gander of while we carry on our chat. So if you do spot something on there, then let us know what you think. Possession-wise, I actually thought they had more than that, to be fair. But we had plenty of shots on goal. We had more shots than they did. Pretty much the same number as on target. They just created better chances, it seemed. Similar number of corners, similar sort of success rate, but in front of goal, just far more clinical. And on it, they wanted it. You know, when the old adage of they wanted more. It certainly looked as though they did, particularly in the first hour of the game.
It is true though what Lulu said here as well. Like, and Jai scores and he does the seagull, miles away from any player, just does the seagull, and he gets yellow carded. And then their player goes up and hugs. By the way, if he would have hugged me, I would have sparked him out. I'm not even joking. Like, I know it was all laughy because we was losing and stuff like that, but I bet it did pee better off, you know. And I don't think you're allowed to go up and hug the player when the finger. You'll probably get that all over social media ripping us now, but it is. We give it. So I suppose
made more of it. You know, if Beto made more of it, then that might have ended up being the case. But
luckily, Beto's a nice person, isn't it? And he goes and
did
the best thing. He went up and scored.
Luckily for Thiago, to be honest.
Maybe we should all start hugging Beto because he peed Beto off by hugging him, and then Beto went to smash one in the back of the net and scored one of the best headers you'll see.
They still can't attract a right back. Maybe we've just been making do though. You know, Liam, like we said in the previous show, if you've got O'Brien can play there, Garner can play there, Coleman can play there, Patterson can play there, then you know you're gonna have to buy above that. And I suppose it's about what people have got available for us to throw a bid on, really.
I thought Beto did okay when he came on. Tom Hardy, I thought he was decent. That header was cracking. What more can he do? Beto will go and score loads of goals like Calvert-Lewin's doing. What's behind him is crap. Trust me. It's easy to see Beto as the problem, but I don't think Beto is a problem. If you think Beto was a problem this game, you're crazy. Honestly, if you blame Beto for today, you're crazy. He come on, he put loads of tackles in, he got the crowd going, pumped them up, scored a header, put himself about. I don't think he was the problem today. If I was to give anyone stick today, it would be our centre backs was very clumsy. Marco Keenan, Tarkowski, Irabunum, shocking. James Garner a bit non-existent. Thought Tyler Diblin was awful, but
the majority of substitutions didn't really do it for us, did they? Although Armstrong did all right when he came on, and like you said, Beto just threw himself around a little bit and got the crowd going. So we just would have just a little bit more composure, a little bit more fight about us. I still didn't think we were up the pitch and Brentford were defending, but I just didn't think that we were fighting hard enough. I just don't think we were fighting hard enough. This is what Flash Score gave all the players in terms of ratings. So I'll have a little look.
0.1. Nearly beat James Garner's rating.
Nearly, yeah. Nearly. I think it's probably a little bit harsh on Pickford. It's probably a little
Some
bit.
goal kicks from Pickford was shocking today, though. Some goal kicks from him today was massively overrated.
Yeah.
Like, he's got to make sure his goal kicks. I hate it when those goal kicks are overhit when we need to keep the ball and try and get a goal. Do you know what I mean? Behind the back of their defence, you've got to. But I wouldn't say 5.9.
No. I can't argue with too much there. Maybe a bit generous on one or two players, to be honest. But they were decent. They were decent. And it's just that's one of the differences, isn't it? I mean, it wasn't like Barry and Beto had tons of chances to score. You know, the one where he goes for a diving header, you've got to make some sort of contact with that to actually direct it to goal. It came off the defender, for crying out loud. That's what made it most difficult for the goalkeeper. But they've got a guy who's in form up front and putting chances away, you know, with very little effort.
Too many players missing. The thing is, we get it. There is a lot of players missing. Dewsbury Hall, Garnergate. We've come up against their probably strongest team, I'd say, in Brentford there. They've got a lot of the good players fit there. You'd probably say that is around about their strongest team. We've got Dewsbury Hall missing. We've got Garnergate missing. We've got Eliman Njai missing. If we've got them. The game today, if you actually proper analyse the game, we had enough chances to have probably made it a little bit different. If McNeil scores that first goal, it changes the game completely. It gets the crowd going at home. It lifts us up, and Brentford's heads go down a little bit. But we didn't. There was chances. We should have took a chances. You've got to take your chances early on. I said first off, you don't check chances like that. You deserve to be 1-0 down. We probably had 3 good chances first off. Tarkowski header as well. Tarkowski had a header. Tarkowski had that header that was a knockdown as well. You could pull out about 10 good situations where we could have scored goals. And I'm not even joking on that. I could pull out 10 good situations where we could have scored goals. So we had our chances. There wasn't miles better than us.
No, where two passes just done it.
Yeah, for me, what made them better, Paul, for me is just that they wanted it more. They come to our ground and they was up for it more than us. They wanted to fight more than us. They was going in for balls. They was going in for tackles. Where we're normally really strong, they was getting stuck into Tarkowski, leaving late ones on him and everything. They wanted it. They wanted to fight today, Brentford did. They come to our ground, and normally when you're away, you're a little bit scared. They come to our ground, and they was up for it. I don't know what talk they had before the game, but they was twice as much up for it as us. And the chances that they had, they finished as well. So they was up for it, and they deserved to win. We wasn't up for it at home. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know. That's what frustrates me. I don't think we had that fight in us today, Paul, and I think that's where we missed out. I think we was as good as them, but they just had that fight to score a little bit more than us and finish the chances.
Steve's asking for us for a little bit of calming influences. What positives can we pick out of today? And it's hard because that's how we're feeling. But we have scored 2 goals. Both strikers scored them, which is a plus. Grealish has got both assists. Harrison Armstrong comes on, does a little cameo. I thought he was bright. He was eager. He certainly showed a different level in
crowd got behind him as well.
Purpose, you know, than the other lads who were actually already on the pitch. So there's positives in that way. What else would you pick out? Let us know in the comments as well.
I'm just really peed off, so I'm like, it's hard to pick a positive for me out of that game. Like you say, what you said is probably true, but I'm still gutted. I was locked in to get that Europa League position today. I was a bit disappointed in our players. They wasn't up for it. Maybe Forest was even worse than what we thought, and we didn't play that pretty good against Forest. Maybe we would. I think when we played Nottingham Forest, Dyche just gave up on stuff, and it was easier for us. Today, they was a lot better than Nottingham Forest. They was all over us, smothering us, and it was a harder game for us than Nottingham Forest. But I'm just gutted that we wasn't up for it. I could take it, Paul. If go on, sorry.
No, I think that's it. To go from, I mean, we were buzzing after the Forest game. You know, we had like overall we've had about 1,500 people watching the show, whether on Twitter or YouTube, and we really appreciate that. And we were all feeling really good after that. But it's very Everton to go from one high to the next low, same as it was when we when we got beat against Newcastle. You know, after being on a high before that, because we'd beat Fulham, hadn't we? I think we'd beat United and then Fulham, or Fulham then United. Then there was the Newcastle thing, and then after so we were really down after Newcastle, but then we were really up because we had beaten Bournemouth away. Just so frustrating that we're just inconsistent and have been for so long.
Do you
It's
know what?
those little differences in who you buy and little changes on the pitch that will get you the consistency. And we're not there yet. We're not there.
Stephen Frost is right. We always do lift ourselves back up because we are fighters and we have to get back up. Of course, we have to get back up, but we're doing instant match reaction and we will be a little bit knocked by that because it feels that we work so hard. Like if you remember, we was in like 5th position before we played Chelsea, or 6th position, wherever we was. We was around Europa League spot before we played Chelsea, and then it lifted us up. It gave us that confidence. It made us believe. And then just a smack in the face, we got knocked down and got beat by Chelsea and Arsenal. And then we lift ourselves back up by beating Forest and get ourselves in a good position again. And after losing out on that chance to get back in that Europa League position, you think, don't do it again. Let's take this chance. Come on. And then we just got beat again today when we've got in that position. So it feels like every time you get that hope, it kills you, doesn't it, being an Everton fan? But we will be back trying thingy.
Hell mentions there, we weren't great against Forest. Most of our wins or draw picked up, papered over cracks. Yeah, we're on the journey, aren't we? We're in.
We need to sign players, I think.
We're still in the infancy of our project, I suppose, since Dyche went and we moved into the new stadium. It's still early days in that. You're not going to change it overnight or in one transfer window. So there are still cracks there. So we can't ignore those. There are positives. Yeah, well, but there are positives. You think some of the players that we have got in now that have worked. She says, I can't remember the last time we won. I thought we played great. Oh, and I thought we played great. Especially without 4 best players we're missing, and we are. And it's easy to be down about it. But there are some positives. I might not want to think about them now, but if it comes to Wednesday and we beat Wolves, then it can be positive again. I'm going to throw up the latest league table. Man City and
Gone
Chelsea.
Down loads. That'll make me feel worse. That will.
Not included. Well, no. Well, hear me out.
I already looked earlier on, and I was like, "No way does that knock us down that far." The doors. I hate it. I literally looked at it whilst the game was on, and they've moved us further down whilst the game was on because we was losing. I was like, "Oh my days! Look at that difference now." Where was we? We was like, where was we before the game?
We were 8th, weren't we?
8th, about to go 6th, and now we're bloody 12th.
But if you look there, I mean, Fulham were getting beat, so we were 11th, and then the equalised, so that was 2-2, and so we're 12th. But just look at that now. So you got Palace,
only 1 point off 14,
27 points. Well, they're 27 points, right? And then you've got all the way up to Chelsea on 30. So 1 win, literally from 6th all the way down to 14th. Now, I think I can't remember if it was Rod or someone else.
We would be where Brentford is. We would be where Brentford is now. If we would have had the bollocks to have beat Brentford today, we would be where they are. And I'm peed off even more looking at the table with our team because we should have beat them. No, that was shocking, and I didn't even realise, Paul, that we would have been against Brentford, and then we would have been. Where would we have been? Do you know what? We'd have been on 31, wouldn't we?
We would have been on 31 if we had won today.
No way, man. We bottled that today. We bottled that. We did not play like a team that could have gone 5th position today. We've ended up in 12th. That is just even more shocking. Do you know what? We've got to liven up. We have got to liven up. That's a big game today, and I'm not sugarcoating that. I know some people won't like that. I'm not sugarcoating that, but that was a big game today. We bottled it, and there's our ground as well. It was our ground, and we should have been better than what we was today. I'm a lot more gutted from that. I know you are deep down.
Oh, I am.
I am
obviously disappointed. Definitely disappointed.
That's good, isn't it? Brutal Dan today. Brutal Dan. Yeah. No, I'd love to get in the change rooms and give him a bollocking after that. I really would. Because you know what? If you come off the ground, like you say, leave everything in the ring. If you come off the ground today and we played decent and Brentford was better than us, and you say we actually tried, you say fair enough. But we were shocking today. And I'm pretty sure we would have had a G talk. Moyes would have said, you know what? If you win this, you can go 5th. If you win this, you can go 5th. If you lose it, you'll end up 12th. And I did not see a team that come out that had the fight at your own ground. They didn't even get the crowd. The crowd didn't even get going until Beto scored. It was only Beto that got the crowd going. And that was when did Beto come on? Late on. Our players gave the crowd. It was like we was away. That's what they was all over us like a rash in the first couple of minutes, and our crowd had nothing to get excited about because they was all over us. We should have come out and just gone Sparta straight in, all guns blazing, intense. Everyone putting intense energy in. You didn't see that though, did you, Paul? That intensity, like come out and just everyone just run your head off like a chicken just at the first 10 minutes to get the grip of the game and make it ours at our ground and get the crowd going. That has to be the aim for us. That has to be the aim in the new stadium. Is for the first 10 minutes, you do everything you can to get the crowd on your side and get them pumping and get them off the seat, especially when it's as cold as it is. And we've got to be better. I believe in us this season, but we've got to be better than that today. We have. And some people say, oh, well, let's take the positives. No, it wasn't good enough, and let's be better and now be positive. You know what I mean? No.
Well, I tell you what. I tell you what, I will say that we're nowhere near out of anything. We're nowhere near out of anything. You know, we could win on Wednesday. Results go our way, and then suddenly we're 7th and 8th. So
we'll be back. I'm not saying we're out of it, but I'm saying if we keep playing like that, we will be. When we get in these situations, we've got to be better, and we can be better. I don't want the excuses players are missing. Because to be fair, looking at their team, I think we could have matched them today. And I think we had chances to as well. Got to be better than what we are. We've got to be better. Dan's usually the positive one. I know I've gone on. Since Paul showed me the league table, if the players had my fight inside of them, they wouldn't be letting that freaking chance to go 5th slip today. I tell you something. You're coming up against Brentford today. It's you or them to go 5th. To go 6th? Nah, I wouldn't have took that.
They're the scores from today. Lots of draws over the last few days, which has helped.
No one got back 4-2.
No one's been getting away from anyone else. They're all within catching distance.
No one conceded 4 goals, Paul, when they had a chance to go 5th. You know what I mean?
Well, here are they. I'm trying. I am
trying. No one conceded. No one conceded. Chance to go 5th position. I can't believe that we've gone that low on the table. I just can't believe it. Shocking that. Those Brentford fans are cheering now, happy, thinking of Europa League. And I said to Paul at the start of the channel as well, that commentator acting like Brentford have got Europa League already. How many games are there left this season? Mark my words, right? Mark my words. We will overtake Brentford. We will overtake them. In the long run, we'll overtake them. So I don't know why the commentators are absolutely dribbling over Brentford there. Like they're going to freaking get Europa League. We'll finish above them. We was just shocking today. We were shocking. But I know for a fact, Moyes won't let them hopefully stay like that. And if Moyes lets them stay like that, I'll be in the changing rooms, I tell you. I could be given more boot up the arse because should have been better today.
Feel better
now? No, I don't actually. No, I won't feel better until we win our next game.
Well, that'll be Wednesday.
Yeah, it definitely will be. I'm not giving up, but I've got a high bar and I believe in these players this season. Can't be chucking chances like that away. We don't give them a holiday. We should have been better today. And I know everyone will be fuming today because that wasn't good enough. I watched it on the TV from my house, but those that went to the stadium freezing cold and watched that today, I feel sorry for them. I really do. Watch 4 goals get put past us and us play that crap in a game where we could have gone 5th. That was just shocking. I always say in football, you know what I mean? Those players get the chance to wear the badge and play in the Premier League. That's a dream for some of us to wear our football team shirt. And I just don't feel they gave it all today. I really don't. Moyes will be fuming. I haven't heard him in the press, but he'll be. That will to concede 4 goals like that, the way that we did. Moyes will be fuming. The only grudge I've got against Moyes is that his substitutions today, but I still don't believe that the players should have let Moyes down in the way that they did today, because Moyes would have wanted more from him. Yeah, he's in bad books for me. All in bad books today, I tell you. Other than Beto and Grealish. Yeah, he had those boots on today, Michael Keane did.
I think a few of them did, didn't they?
Yeah, they did have. There was a few stuck in the muds today. It's just being. It's part and parcel of being an Everton fan, isn't it? The moment you get too happy or too high, they knock you down to level you, don't they? They knock you down to level peg you and make you realise that it doesn't stay like that.
Yeah, that'd be good to have a striker who could score 17 league goals in 20.
Oh, I did say, if you listen to the pre-match, I said to you he's a good striker. I said he was out last season, but he's a bad boy striker, he is. But we've got one as well. We brought our bad boy striker on and he scored one. If Beto would have played the whole game, I think he would have got a hat-trick. So, there you go.
Dan, Emma's feeling sorry for herself. Give her some good words, will you?
No, I'm with her. I feel sorry for myself as well. To be fair. But show goes on. Show goes on, as I say. The show goes on. Someone's got to lose, haven't they? Someone's got to win. Someone's got to lose. Unfortunately, we was on the bad end of it today. But I do feel sometimes you do get that luck in football, and we didn't have that luck today. Like that McNeil shot could have gone in. That would have got us the 1-0 and got us going. Do you know what I mean? Pumped us up. I think if we got the first goal, we was always behind, weren't we? So couldn't get the stadium rocking properly because it was always behind because they scored their goal so early. So I think if McNeil would have got the first goal in that Grealish set up and not pinged it top corner, which McNeil can, then we'd be 1-0 up. Then we'd have the confidence. Maybe Barry would have scored that diving header. Would be 2-0. Football can change. That's why I always say, Paul, you've got to be a shark in water with blood with these chances that you get. Because if you remember back in the day, we didn't even carve out one chance. So if Barry's getting these diving header chances, we've got to score them. If McNeil's getting that shot on the edge of the box when McNeil's good at shooting, we've got to score them. Even though it was a good save, we've got to take a chances. Because it happened. We get McNeil's chance. We get another chance, I think, just before McNeil's chance. I think Barry had one. Before, when it was 0-0, we had 2 chances, I know that. And then they had one chance, boom, straight in the back of the net. That's the difference sometimes, isn't it? That is the difference. You've got to take your chances. Clinical. We know from football, the best footballers, you've got to take your chances. Thanks for the stream again, lads. I'm going for my second shower. I'm going to cry in the shower, I think. I'm going to do Ian Beale. I'm going to do Ian Beale and be like, I've got nothing left. I've got nothing left. I pumped myself. The problem is, though, Paul, I pumped myself up so much for that with adrenaline. The come down, it's like jumping off a bridge. I tell you, it's so high. The come down from that pump up they had for the game ready, like really pumped up, ready, Rocky style for this to go 5th. Pumped myself up. And then the come down to get that game as my performance. Oh, my days, man. But as they say in the song, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So hopefully, Wolves.
Is that your song tomorrow? What was your song
I
today?
don't know. Shooting Star, good song as well. Did it on the coast.
For those that don't know, Dan is doing a challenge where he sings a different song every day and posts it on TikTok.
Yeah,
So follow us on
that'll probably
TikTok.
cheer you up. Yeah, that'll cheer you up. It's a different song every day. But I tell you something, if Everton, when I sing a different song, Paul, at the minute, I wear an Everton top every time I sing a song because I do it on the Everton channel. But if Everton start playing crap, I'm not even going to wear an Everton top for the songs anymore. I'm just going to do it without an Everton top on to start playing crap.
I think I'm going to watch Everton without an Everton top on. I think Emma might start doing that as well because she thinks her shirt's cursed, or at least Danny's making her feel as though the shirt is cursed.
Don't even dare blame yourself. You know, like because you went to that game. You went to that game, Emma. You made all that effort. You sat in the cold. You spent your money. You did everything you can to support that team, and those players didn't give you what you deserved. That's nothing to do with you. That's on the players, not you and the manager. Do you know what I mean? It's nothing to do with you. You played your part. You should feel proud. You went there. They just didn't give you what you deserved. But I'll tell you something. The best liven up. Otherwise, I'll be at that Finch Farm giving them a boot up the arse because that was disappointing today. But it's not on us.
Well, they do deserve a boot up the arse. Yeah, and I hope they get that when they get back in work tomorrow or Monday.
For what? And, just because for what the game? What was at stake for the game, Paul? For what was at stake for the game? I don't feel like we performed the way we should have. Do you know what I mean? Like I do think we're having an okay season and all that, and I am. Some people say, "Oh, you're going over the top" and stuff like that, but no, when it's like in a cup game. If you've got a cup final, you want to play well in that cup final. This was a big game today where a lot was at stake. A lot was at stake. Look at the position we're in now. We've got from 5th to 12th. We should have played better there. We should have.
Lulu says it's Emma and Danny's fault for sitting together. They have to sit on other sides of the ground to each other next time.
Just get the curse. Just get the in your head. If you start thinking it's that, just get it. Like make sure you sit together against Wolves or something, and just get the curse gone. And then you'll think to yourself, "No, it wasn't that." That's what you got to do.
Yeah. There's no way I'm wearing the same socks for Wednesday. No chance. Can't have
I might reevaluate what I've got on. To be fair,
garbage.
I might reevaluate what I've got on. I might have to sing a different song as well. I sang "Shooting Star" today, like a shooting star across the. I'm going to have to do something a bit more miserable. Try and reverse psychology. Do you know what I mean? Not sing a happy song and Everton play better. There's that many different like. What's it called? Where you think something's lucky or you think something's. What's it called?
What, you're superstitious.
Yeah, there's that many superstitions that we've all got. We've all got. Like we all think everything that we do controls the outcome. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that is a good point. I like her thinking. I like her thinking. Just like
together for Wolves, then be back separate. Yeah, so we'll see if that's it. See if we can see if it is Emma and Danny's fault. Then see what happens with that.
I like thinking.
And anyone else, if you're wearing your lucky socks and they didn't work today, or you drank out of that particular glass or cup, then
what you have to
see
do
if it was your fault.
What you have to do is you have to pick a really easy game. Pick a really easy game, yeah. Even though Everton are crap at easy games, pick a really easy game that you think you've got a good chance of winning. Wear the new top for that easy game, and once you've won one game in that new top, then get it framed and put it on the wall so it stays unbeaten 1 out of 1. Don't test it too much with Everton because we don't do back to back wins. You know what I mean? On the upside, that Man U fan's got the afro, and he's never going to get that afro shave. You know what I mean? They can't win 5 in a row. So the positive that I will put in there is everyone's crap this season. We've just seen the results now that you've just put up. Everyone is bad this season. So I don't think losing that will define us. Do you know what I mean?
We're all equally weak, which is good. Because we're not strong at the moment, We're stronger than we were. Hey, it could be bloody worse, couldn't it? Look at Forest.
We do. We have.
Or West Ham.
I don't like to make excuses, but they did have if they're saying they're going to do better than us this season, they did have a full strength team. we roughly, they probably had one or two players out, I'm sure, if I knew their team better. But for what we're going to be this season, I think we'll sign 2 players in January. I really do. I think we'll sign 2 players in January. We've got our best centre back to come back. I think we'll have a fullback, by the way. I think we'll sign one. So our best centre back, I think we'll sign a new fullback. I think we'll get another centre midfielder. Or Armstrong's come back, or we'll get another centre midfielder. We've got Gay to come back. We've got Njai to come back. We've got Dewsbury Hall to come back. I don't like to make excuses, but I know for a fact, Paul, if we did have Dewsbury Hall today, who's been amazing for us, Dewsbury Hall and Njai, I think they would have really struggled, With how much I've seen them struggle with Grealish one side, if you had Njai the other side, who did they have left back? I think he would have Hickey. Hickey would have struggled with Njai today. Would have? Yeah, he would have struggled with Njai today, we would have done them. So that's the difference sometimes. AFCON's doing us a little bit.
It is a little bit, isn't it? I don't know where Brentford is. Yeah, it's London. Yeah. So
right, people. When's the next game?
Been there away. You what, sorry?
On the upside, though, positive, loads of people have clicked on. It says 450 people have clicked on. So if you can hit that like and stuff, well, do you know what? Truthfully, sometimes we don't even want to go live after the game. I mean, you can probably tell after the way I've been this one, but we do. We face the music because we know you need to speak to someone as well. And we try. That's the only positive. There you go. That's my positive, is that we've all come on this show, let all of our stress out, and then we can just leave it on the show and go and just enjoy our families or whatever, or your pets or whatever you've got that makes you happy, and just try and forget about Everton for a bit. But all the stress gets left on the Toffee Bluecast for now. We'll take it.
Yeah.
Put it in the comments. Just let it out.
Yeah. And then a bit of schoolwork and a bit of a traitors catch up as well. So, yeah. Let it sort of soothe, let it just sort of wash over you a little bit.
There you go. There you go. Feels good, doesn't it? I actually do think, like, by the end of this year on Toffee Bluecast, I will be completely grey. I can see it coming. I can see strands already. I'll be completely grey. I'll be like a Foxy Dan. I mean, it's the way it's going to go.
Yeah.
Everton, aren't we?
Brentford fan said Everton thought it was going to be 3 points and Diblin was dreadful. We played with no right winger. As Damsgaard kept moving inside to give us an extra man. You did well. We're annoyed at our lot, but you're a decent side.
Yeah, so if you listen to me in the pre-match, I gave some of the Brentford players compliments on the pre-match. I did say we should beat you. I still believe that. I don't care on that. But I do believe that you deserve to win. I think you come up to our ground and your players were proper up for it, and fair play. You had more bottle than us. I'm really disappointed in my team. That's the thing. Really disappointed in my team, and I know we can be a lot better than that. But fair play to you. You know what I mean? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Today wasn't our day.
My fat ass omelette.
No, yeah. Sometimes I do that, Sometimes when I'm like, if I'm peed off or something, I just eat loads. Depressive eating. Get the chocolate ice cream out, get the cookies out, something like that, and just keep eating.
I'm working my way through 3 massive Toblerone bars at the moment. So,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I know.
Keep going.
I will. Don't worry about
that. Love it. I think even if Everton had won, you still would have ate through those 10 balls, I'll tell you.
I was during the game.
Yeah. I don't think that's depressed eating. I think that's just you love tone balls. Right. One thing for sure, though, I promise you, we will lift you back up next game, because although the match reaction can be a little bit gutting, I can promise you, and I promise you this, we will be ready for the next game. That game is even more reason to give us motivation to pick back up and get ready for the next game, because there just wasn't good enough today. But we'll be ready. We'll be back. And Wolves is a big game. Wolves did get a result, and it's a massive game. It is a massive game next game. Pre-match, the night before, get here. Get in the house. Let's all build ourselves back up and get ready for the game. Up the Toffees. Last words, Paul?
No. Enjoy going back to work tomorrow, everybody. Yeah. And we'll be back for a pre-match Tuesday. We'll get ourselves back up again. 3 points Wednesday. Be looking more positive.
One game does not define a season, that's for sure. But if you start losing back to back, it does. So let's get ready for the next one and make sure we don't. We'll get back up. Don't worry about it. Up the Toffees, everyone. Have a boss one. Thanks for listening. Do like the show as much as you can. Get behind it because we put a lot of time into this to give you a platform to all speak after the game. Up the Toffees. Back again soon.